Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to this WCMP softball broadcast of this game between the Cambridge Isani Blue Jackets and the Proctor Rails. I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. I'm going to bring you all the action from this softball game. It's our first spring sports game of the season, and I am ecstatic to be out here at Cambridge Isani to broadcast this softball game. Of course, last year, we didn't get to have a spring sports season. I should say the athletes didn't get to. Us at WCMP were unable to broadcast any because they did not have sports due to COVID. But this year, everything's falling into place. We're getting closer and closer to that normalcy that we all want to see. And each step we take, we're getting closer and closer. So remember, social distancing, wear your mask, and we'll all get back to normal sooner rather than later. Of course, again, out here in Cambridge at beautiful Cambridge Isani High School, out at the softball fields for this softball game between the Blue Jackets and the Proctor Rails, the visiting team here for today. It's a bit windy out. It's not a great day, but it is better than nothing. We were broadcasted for some rain a little bit here today, but the rain so far has held off for our game, and couldn't be more happy to be out here, as I mentioned. But again, if the rain can hold off for the entirety of this game, that would be just great. And we were forecasted for a little bit of rain here throughout this whole week, but again, rain has decided to hold off. It knows how important these spring sports are to these student athletes, and knows how excited they are to get back here. We're about 10 minutes away from the first pitch here in this game between Cambridge Isani and Proctor. And when we come back after this commercial break, we should be ready for that first pitch. Again, thank you to all of our fine sponsors who have sponsored this broadcast. Without them, we would not be able to come out here and bring you these games. Let's take a listen to some of our fine sponsors right here on WCMP.
Is winter ending? Spring coming? Hopefully soon. But at Aquarius Home Services, we know your furnace has been working hard, and we know warm weather will come. That means it's the perfect time to tune up both your furnace and air conditioner. During March, you can have both done for just $49. Yep, both for just $49. At Aquarius, you'll get amazing professional service and no surprise upfront pricing. We're just a click away at AquariusHomeservices.com. Aquarius, earning the right to be recommended.
M Health Fairview brings world-class care to North Branch. You'll have access to the latest groundbreaking research discoveries, combined with convenient care close to home. In North Branch, their dedicated care team specializes in family medicine, diabetes education, and physical therapy. Most of the staff and providers from the Pine City Clinic are now available in North Branch. To schedule an appointment, call 1-855-FAIRVIEW or use MyChart. Urgent care is also available Monday through Friday from noon till 8 and 9 till 5 on the weekends.
Minnesota. It's home. Hot summers at the lake, beautiful falls, snowy winters, and rainy springs. We experience it all. Make sure you're ready to handle whatever this state throws at you with help from Minnesota Equipment in Isani. Minnesota Equipment carries brands you love, like John Deere, Steel, Toro, Gravely zero-turn mowers, and Aaron snowblowers. Their helpful staff can not only get you the equipment you need, but can help you maintain it so it will last. Plus, they carry a full line of farm equipment. Minnesota Equipment in Isani. Online at minnesotaequipment.com.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a four-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available. Online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
If you've been injured in an auto accident or have sustained other personal injury, you don't have to leave town to get good representation. Spear & Swanson attorneys at law in Pine City are experienced and will work on your case with no fee until they get you money. They also handle divorce and custody cases, criminal defense, including DWI and other legal matters. Spear & Swanson is your local law firm that cares about you. So if you need legal representation or advice, call 320-629-7586. Spear & Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City.
Wellia Health offers sports medicine services at all our campuses in Mora, Pine City, and Hinckley. Dr. Mullen and his team treat a full range of sports injuries for all athletes at any level of competition. If you are injured, we want to help you return to the game as quickly and as safely as possible, providing the sports medicine care you need when you need it. to help you live life well with Wellia Health. Call 320-679-1313 to schedule for any location.
Kettle River Pizza is a proud supporter of sports teams and community organizations. Local groups and teams across the state have had amazing success with Kettle River Pizza fundraising. From sausage and pepperoni to chicken Alfredo or the hot Hawaiian, the cheesy deliciousness practically sells itself. Visit Kettle River Pizza fundraising on Facebook to schedule your next fundraiser. It's so easy to get started. Got a pizza craving now? Pick up a Kettle River Pizza at your local grocery store or convenience store today. That's great tasting pizza.
Back here in Cambridge Isani for this softball game between the Blue Jackets and the Proctor Rails. Looking at these two teams, of course, again, they did not play last year. But looking at these two teams from 2 years ago, back in 2019, in the spring of 2019, looking at first Proctor, they went 16-3 during the regular season. Their only 3 losses came against Superior, Hermantown, and their last loss of the season was against Esco, 3-4. Now, their first loss, that was their last loss of the regular season, but then they would lose to Esco again in the section playoffs, 1-8 against Esco in those section playoffs. And that is how they got their 16-3 record. Looking at the Blue Jackets, they did not have the season they would have liked, but they did go 1-18 on the season. That one win came against St. Agnes, 7-3, but again, 2 years changes a lot of things, so we'll see how this team looks this year. Of course, a lot of these players have come back from last year, and some of them have unfortunately graduated, so they did not get a spring season last year, but again, we're so excited, so happy to be back out here broadcasting some spring sports for everybody. We're about 5 minutes away from the first pitch here at Cambridge Isani High School. This softball game between the Rails and the Blue Jackets. Nice breezy day out. I'm sure you can hear the wind in the microphone right now. Doing our best to try and keep the wind out of the microphone to save your eardrums. It's about 55 degrees right now, so first pitch won't be too bad out. As I mentioned, 55 degrees. Looks like we're in for some rain a little bit later, but again, hopefully it holds off for the entirety of this game. And with softball and baseball, you never know how long it is actually going to go, as it could be a game where it goes quite quick and it's over in an hour. You could get one. You get a nice pitcher's duel, and you get a couple batters on base, and it becomes a duel for the pitchers, and they work to get themselves out of a bad spot, and it could be a longer game, so you never know with baseball and softball. And that's kind of the beauty of the sport, is you just never know, because, as I mentioned, it can go really quickly or it can be a very long game. Either way, I'm excited to be back out here and broadcasting this softball game. We're going to take another commercial break, and when we come back, we'll be set for first pitch here in Cambridge Isani. You're listening to Softball on WCMP.
This is a story we all share, of a place rooted in tradition and rich with opportunity, of people driven by compassion and vision. At Essentia Health, we're proud to play our role in this story, because we know that this place, these people, are like nowhere else. Visit Essentia Health in Hinckley, Sandstone, or our new location in Moose Lake for all your care needs. Schedule an appointment at essentiahealth.org today.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Visit Town & Country Insurance in Finliston, Hinckley, or Mora today at townandcountry-ins.com.
Is winter ending? Spring coming? Hopefully soon. But at Aquarius Home Services, we know your furnace has been working hard, and we know warm weather will come. That means it's the perfect time to tune up both your furnace and air conditioner. During March, you can have both done for just $49. Yep, both for just $49. At Aquarius, you'll get amazing professional service and no surprise upfront pricing. We're just a click away at AquariusHomeservices.com. Aquarius, earning the right to be recommended.
Health Fairview brings world-class care to North Branch. You'll have access to the latest groundbreaking research discoveries combined with convenient care close to home. In North Branch, their dedicated care team specializes in family medicine, diabetes education, and physical therapy. Most of the staff and providers from the Pine City Clinic are now available in North Branch. To schedule an appointment, call 1-855-FAIRVIEW or use MyChart. Urgent care is also available Monday through Friday from noon till 8 and 9 till 5 on the weekends.
Minnesota. It's home. Hot summers at the lake, beautiful falls, snowy winters, and rainy springs. We experience it all. Make sure you're ready to handle whatever this state throws at you with help from Minnesota Equipment in Isani. Minnesota Equipment carries brands you love, like John Deere, Steel, Toro, Gravely zero-turn mowers, and Aaron snowblowers. Their helpful staff can not only get you the equipment you need, but can help you maintain it so it will last. Plus, they carry a full line of farm equipment. Minnesota Equipment in Isani. Online at minnesotaequipment.com.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a four-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available. Online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
If you've been injured in an auto accident or have sustained other personal injury, you don't have to leave town to get good representation. Spear and Swanson attorneys at law in Pine City are experienced and will work on your case with no fee until they get you money. They also handle divorce and custody cases, criminal defense, including DWI and other legal matters. Spear and Swanson is your local law firm that cares about you. So if you need legal representation or advice, call 320-629-7586. Spear and Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City.
Wellia Health offers sports medicine services at all our campuses in Mora, Pine City, and Hinckley. Dr. Mullen and his team treat a full range of sports injuries for all athletes at any level of competition. If you are injured, we want to help you return to the game as quickly and as safely as possible, providing the sports medicine care you need when you need it to help you live life well with Wellia Health. Call 320-679-1313 to schedule for any location.
Kettle River Pizza is a proud supporter of sports teams and community organizations. Local groups and teams across the state have had amazing success with Kettle River Pizza fundraising. From sausage and pepperoni to chicken Alfredo or the hot Hawaiian, the cheesy deliciousness practically sells itself. Visit Kettle River Pizza fundraising on Facebook to schedule your next fundraiser. It's so easy to get started. Got a pizza craving now? Pick up a Kettle River Pizza at your local grocery store or convenience store today. That's great tasting pizza.
This is a story we all share, of a place rooted in tradition and rich with opportunity, of people driven by compassion and vision. At Essentia Health, we're proud to play our role in this story, because we know that this place, these people, are like nowhere else. Visit Essentia Health in Hinckley, Sandstone, or our new location in Moose Lake for all your care needs. Schedule an appointment at essentiahealth.org today.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Visit Town & Country Insurance in Finliston, Hinckley, or Mora today at townandcountry-ins.com.
Back here outside rather, in Cambridge Sani High School. We're just about set to get going for this softball game here between the Blue Jackets and the Proctor Rails. Both teams getting their final words of encouragement here before we get out onto the field here. And a little bit of a later start here as the teams got their final warm-ups in during that commercial break. Now we're out of this break and just about set to start. Proctor will be up to bat first. And that means the Blue Jackets will be out in the field here to begin this game. Again, neither team had a season last year because of COVID. So it's been a long time coming for all of these student athletes here. Again, some seniors unfortunately graduated last year and were unable to even have a spring sports season, so I think these seniors might understand a little bit better how much it can mean to them, because it could be your last game each and every game. I think they've learned from this how to maybe cherish it a bit more. Not that they didn't before, but it just goes to show that anything can take away a season in the blink of an eye. But this year, we're off to a good start. First game of the year right here. Of course, this is softball. We have another softball game going on this evening, starting in about 30 minutes. It will be Mora taking on St. Cloud Cathedral in Mora. That'll be their first matchups of the season. A couple of other games going on tonight. Some baseball games. Mora will be in St. Cloud Cathedral for their first game of the season. Of course, a lot of these games were in jeopardy of getting canceled because of the weather, but the rain has held off up to this point. And as I look at my phone screen on our table, it's getting a bit wet now, so we got a few sprinkles out here. So we are just about set to go here. Out there pitching for the Blue Jackets will be number 22, Lynette Johnson, senior for this Blue Jacket squad. And up to bat first here for the Proctor Rails will be Bailey Peterson. She is a junior. She's the catcher for this Proctor Rails team. Cambridge Isani getting their warm-up pitches in, and these batters warming up as well. Again, the rain is starting to sprinkle just a little bit, just as we get this game started. And as I talk about it, the raindrops get a little bit bigger, but of course we will continue to be out here until they call this game, and I think we're okay to play through a little bit of rain and whatever else Minnesota may bring. It is April, but I'm sure nobody here is stranger to seeing snow in April, as now we get the batter in the box. Again, that is Bailey Peterson, the catcher for this Proctor Rails team, up to bat first. Wind up and pitch is up a little high. Ball one. Batter checked her swing at the last moment. This one is hit, but that one is hit foul down the first base line, and it goes out of play. 1-1 will be the count now. Again, the pitcher here for the Blue Jackets is Lynette Johnson. She winds up. Here's the pitch. This one is hit right up the middle, past the second baseman, and out just in front of the center fielder. And she'll get it back to the second baseman here, but the batter will reach first base, so Peterson will get on. We've got a runner on first here for Proctor, as we see the second batter for them step in the box. This is J.C. Lind, a senior. She plays center field here for Proctor. And Johnson's first pitch is low in the dirt. Good job there by the catcher here for Cambridge Isani, Ellie Kuznia. Blocking that one. The second pitch is bunted and right down that third base line. They're going to throw it to first and get the out, but the batter does reach second. Bailey Peterson will be on at second. A bunt there, again from J.C. Lind. Is right down that third base line. A beautiful bunt there to advance the runner, Peterson. Oh, wait, no. So we're going to get a pinch runner here for Peterson. Pinch runner will be J.C. Lind. So 1 on, 1 out. Now up to bat is Maddie Walsh, a sophomore. She's the pitcher for this Proctor squad. That one's in there for the first strike of this at bat. Again, Walsh up to bat. A runner on second. Here's the second wind up, and the pitch is hit foul on that first base line. Goes over the Proctor dugout. Count is 0-1 for Matty Walsh. Again, a runner on second. With one out, here's Johnson's pitch. It is hit down the third base line, but foul. Foul down the third base line there for Matty Walsh. Here's the windup and the pitch low and in the dirt. It goes behind the catcher, and the runner will advance to third. So Johnson's pitch goes low, and the runner, Lind, advances to third. So we have one out, one on, runner on third, and Matty Walsh still at the plate here. Here's Johnson's pitch, low and in the dirt again, and the catcher does a good job to block it and keep it in front of her again. That is Ellie Kuznia out there for the Blue Jackets. So here's Johnson's pitch. It's up high, and a job there by the catcher once again. Make sure that pitch doesn't go awry. Brings it down, keeps it in play, and keeps the runner, Lind, at third. Johnson, here's the pitch. This one's hit high and deep into right field. Back they go, and the center fielder drops it, so that runner is going to advance home, and they get it to the second baseman there, but Lind is going to score. So that's going to be an RBI there for Matty Walsh. And the Rails now lead 1-0 here in this game. Now at the plate here for Proctor is Peyton Rodberg, a junior. She plays shortstop. Here's the windup, and the pitch swung on and missed by Rodberg. One out, one on here for Proctor. Rodberg up to bat. Here's the windup, and the pitch low and in the dirt. Good block by the catcher. That will keep the runner there at second. That is Walsh, who just hit an RBI double. Here's the second pitch. That one's wound up and hit. It actually hit the runner Walsh, it looked like. Yes, so it did hit Walsh. Walsh is going to be out, but the runner Rodberg will stay at first. So now 2 outs for Proctor with 1 on. They lead 1-0 here at the top of the first in Cambridge. Here's the windup and the pitch. The first pitch here is swung on and hit in the dirt, and that'll be thrown on to first by the second baseman there, and that will record the 3rd out here for the Blue Jackets. So they get out with surrendering 1 run here in the top of the first, and Proctor will leave 1 stranded here. 1-0 Proctor leads after the top of the first was played, and now Proctor will go into the field, and Cambridge Isani will start up their bats and hope to tie it up here in the bottom of the first. But before we get there, we're going to take a commercial break here. Word from our sponsors. You're listening to Softball here on WCMP.
Is winter ending? Spring coming? Hopefully soon. But at Aquarius Home Services, we know your furnace has been working hard, and we know warm weather will come. That means it's the perfect time to tune up both your furnace and air conditioner. During March, you can have both done for just $49. Yep, both for just $49. At Aquarius, you'll get amazing professional service and no surprise upfront pricing. We're just a click away at AquariusHomeservices.com. Aquarius, earning the right to be recommended.
M Health Fairview brings world-class care to North Branch. You'll have access to the latest groundbreaking research discoveries combined with convenient care close to home. In North Branch, their dedicated care team specializes in family medicine, diabetes education, and physical therapy. Most of the staff and providers from the Pine City Clinic are now available in North Branch. To schedule an appointment, call 1-855-FAIRVIEW or use MyChart. Urgent care is also available Monday through Friday from noon till 8 and 9 till 5 on the weekends.
First pitch here of the at-bat for the Cambridge Sandy Blue Jackets goes in for a strike. That'll be strike one to Kate Malachowski, one of the seniors for Cambridge Sandy. Malachowski gets the second pitch. This one is low in the dirt, goes behind the catcher. That'll make the count 1-1 here. Malachowski, one of 5 seniors on this Cambridge Sandy softball squad. She's in the box, getting set for the third pitch of the at-bat. Wind up in the pitch is swung on and missed, and that is strike 2 here to Malachowski. 1-2 is the count here as the rain begins to fall a little bit harder. 1-2. Here is the pitch to Malachowski, wind up, and the pitch swung on, and that one is hit, but that one will go foul. Malachowski stays alive here. Count will remain at 1-2. Malachowski leads off for the Blue Jackets here at the bottom of the first. Proctor leads 1-0. Here's the windup and the pitch. This one is swung on and hit past the second baseman out to the outfield. And she's going to reach first, and the center fielder will get it into the pitcher here before Malachowski can advance to second. But she gets on a 1-2 pitch, swung on, and a beautiful hit there by Malachowski. So she gets on with no outs. Now up to bat is going to be Haley Martin, another senior for the Blue Jackets. Martin with 1 on, no outs in the bottom of the first, trailing 1-0. Here's the windup and the pitch. That one's in there for strike 1. Malachowski getting a good lead off there, but with that strike, that'll keep her at bay at first. So Martin will check back into the batter's box. She'll get set up. And here's the windup and the pitch swung on. No, excuse me, not swung on, but that one was a strike, and then Malachowski does steal. Gets into second safely as the throw down to second bounced. So she slides in safely. So the Blue Jackets will have a runner at second with no outs, and Martin up there to bat. Out there pitching here for the Proctor Rails is Maddie Walsh, and here's the windup and the pitch. This one swung on and missed, and that is a strikeout there for Maddie Walsh. So a strikeout there for Walsh, and Haley Martin goes down. And that will bring up Kayla Anderson, a junior for the Blue Jackets. Walsh's first pitch is swung on and missed by Anderson. Blue Jackets trail here in the bottom of the first, 1-0. A runner on second with 1 out. And Kayla Anderson up to bat. Anderson, this pitch is in there for strike 2. Anderson now at the plate down to 0-2. Maddie Walsh doing a pretty good job out there pitching. Getting 1 out here for the Blue Jackets. Kayla Anderson down 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled back. Anderson does a good job to keep her at-bat alive. Ball gets back to the pitcher here, and Walsh, she'll set up for this 0-2 pitch. And the 0-2 0-2 pitch is on the way, and that one was in there, but just outside. Going to be ball 1. So Anderson sits at the plate now with a 1-2 count. Malkowski at second. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That one is in there for strike 3. So Anderson goes down looking. And now up to bat will be sophomore Evelyn Wiltrout. Wiltrout has 1 on, 2 outs. Down 1-0. Here's the first pitch, swung on and missed by Wiltrout. Again, Walsh doing a very good job out here. Pitching, Maddie Walsh for the Rails. But Wiltrout trying to change the look of things here, trying to get Malkowski on second home. That pitch is low to inside for ball 1. Count sits at 1-1 now. Again, the Blue Jackets trail 1-0 in the bottom of the first. The 1-1 pitch from Walsh is in there, swung on and fouled back. And that'll make the count 1-2 now for Wiltrout. 1-2 is the count, 2 outs, 1 on here for the Blue Jackets. It's Malkowski at second. Wiltrout trying to drive her in here. Here's the pitch, and it's swung on in a soft hit ball down the first base line. It is not hit hard enough. The first baseman will get it and take Wiltrout out for the 3rd out of the first inning. And that is how we finish our first inning here in Cambridge Isani High School, with the Rails leading 1-0 in this game. We get set for the second inning here in Cambridge Isani. When we come back, you're listening to softball here on WCMP.
Minnesota. It's home. Hot summers at the lake, beautiful falls, snowy winters, and rainy springs. We experience it all. Make sure you're ready to handle whatever this state throws at you with help from Minnesota Equipment in Isani. Minnesota Equipment carries brands you love, like John Deere, Steel, Toro, Gravely zero-turn mowers, and Aaron snowblowers. Their helpful staff can not only get you the equipment you need, but can help you maintain it so it will last. Plus, they carry a full line of farm equipment. Minnesota Equipment in Isani. Online at minnesotaequipment.com.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a 4-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available. Online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
Back in Cambridge Isani for this softball game. Blue Jackets trail 1-0 after 1 inning. And now the Rails are back up there. And the first pitch is in for strike 1 from Annette Johnson. At the plate for the Rails is Kenzie Gunderson, a senior who plays right field. The second pitch is swung on, and that is popped right up, and that's going to go foul over the Proctor dugout. Count sits at 0-2 now for Gunderson. Again, Annette Johnson. The 0-2 pitch is swung on and hit down the third base line. It's going to fall right in front of the left fielder. She'll get it into the second baseman. And that'll be another hit here for the Rails. So Kenzie Gunderson gets on base here on an 0-2 swing. Nice placement of that ball. The Rails have 1 on, no out in the top of the second. And now up to hit is Anika Burke, a freshman who plays third base. This pitch is high from Johnson. Excuse me, good job there by the catcher, Kuznia. Bring that one down. Johnson getting set up for the 1-0 pitch. This one is swung on and missed. And that'll even up at 1-1. Burke now with a 1-1 count. Here's the 1-1 pitch. This one is swung on and popped up back behind home plate, and I think that's going to go foul. It does. No chance to get to it there. Makes it 1-2 for Anika Burke, the freshman. Johnson trying to get the out here. Here's the windup and the pitch. This one is popped up again. That one's going to go foul. Well foul. Hopefully it doesn't hit a car. Foul, and count remains 1-2 for Anika Burke with one on here. And players at first. Here's Johnson's pitch. It is in there. They're going to call it high. That'll even the count at 2-2. So 2-2 is the count. One on, no outs. Here's the windup and the pitch. This one's high. Great job there by Kuznia. Bring that one down and make sure the runner from first cannot advance. Anika Burke with a 3-2 count now. This one's going to be low. That is going to walk Burke. So Burke will be on first, and Gunnarsson will be on second. Two on, no outs here for the Proctor Rails. Johnson will now face Abby Hansen, a sophomore who plays second base for the Rails. Johnson's first pitch is in there. It's going to go for a strike, and that will make the count 0-1. Good pitch there from Johnson. Get herself ahead in the count now. Here's the windup and the pitch. This one's high, and that one's going to go behind the catcher, and the runner from second will advance to third. The runner from first will advance to second. So we have runners in scoring position now for Proctor. Again, no outs. 2 on here for the Rails. And Gunnarsson in a great position right now to get another point on the board here for the Rails. She's on third. Here's Johnson's pitch. This one swung on and tipped. It's going to be tipped foul, and that'll be the second strike. Again, Abby Hansen at bat here for the Rails. Annette Johnson pitching for the Blue Jackets. The windup and the pitch. This one is swung on. It is hit right in between the pitcher, and it was be picked up by the shortstop. They cannot get it to first in time. That it means Gunnarsson is going to score, as will Anika Burke. So Burke and Gunnarsson will score, and that'll make it 3-0 now for the Rails. And the batter Hansen will be safe at first, as now the Rails lead 3-0. And Sophie Perendo, a sophomore, a lefty, will be up to bat. That one is high, and it's going to be a ball, and the runner advances to second. And the throw from the catcher to second is a bit high. It goes over second baseman's head. But the center fielder right there to make sure it doesn't go any farther. Wind picking up here a little bit, but the rain has subsided as for now, and Johnson with the 1-0 pitch. That one's low in the dirt for ball 2. Abby Hansen at second here for the Rails. Again, no outs. 1 on, and they've already scored 2. Here's the windup and the pitch. That one's low as well. 3-0 now the count for Johnson. Perendo at the plate. That one is... Well, that last one must have been a strike. Here's the 3-1 pitch. This one is swung on and hit right back to the pitcher. She's going to get it to first for the 1 out. And first baseman trying to get it to first. Thought about throwing it to first, but she will hold on to it. Smart play there by Mariah Wiltrout. Thought about throwing it over to third to try and throw out Hansen. But just a smart play not to, because Hansen was pretty much there already. So 1 on, 1 out here for the Rails. They lead 3-0 in the top of the second. That one is in there for strike 1. Number 12, Peterson. Peterson, the 0-1 pitch is swung on and hit. That one's going to be hit foul. We'll go back near the cars parked in the parking lot back there. Doesn't hit one. And we will now go to 0-2 for Johnson. Johnson with the runner in scoring position, trying to get this out and get the second out. Get out of here without scoring any more. That ball is high for the first ball of this at-bat for Bailey Peterson. Again, Kuznia doing a great job here for Cam Jaisani at catcher. This one's going to be swung and hit just past the pitcher's outstretched arm, but they will get the runner out at first. Meanwhile, Hansen will go to the plate and score. for the Rails, and that'll make it 4-0 here for the Blue Jackets with 2 outs now. Johnson with a nice pitch there to get the ground ball. It was just past her outstretched arm. Second baseman does a nice job, and the first pitch here to J.C. Lind is in high for ball 1. This one is high again for Lind. Be ball 2. 2-0 the count for J.C. Lind. None on, 2 outs. Proctor Rails lead 4-0. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That one's in there for a strike. It's going to make the count 2-1 now for Annette Johnson. And the Rails lead 4-0. They've had 3 runs here in this second inning. And there's the pitch. It is swung on and hit right back to the pitcher. She'll catch it for the 3rd out of the top of the 2nd. And the Proctor Rails, though, they score 3 here in the top of the 2nd. So the Blue Jackets have a bit of work to do in the bottom of the 2nd, but they have plenty of time left to get those 4 runs back here. Rails lead 4-0 here over the Blue Jackets in Cambridge-Isani. While we get set for the teams to switch, we'll take a commercial break. You're listening to Softball here on WCMP.
If you've been injured in an auto accident or have sustained other personal injury, you don't have to leave town to get good representation. Spear and Swanson attorneys at law in Pine City are experienced and will work on your case with no fee until they get you money. They also handle divorce and custody cases, criminal defense, including DWI and other legal matters. Spear and Swanson is your local law firm that cares about you. So if you need legal representation or advice, call 320-629-7586. Spear and Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City.
Wellia Health offers sports medicine services at all our campuses in Mora, Pine City, and Hinckley. Dr. Mullen and his team treat a full range of sports injuries for all athletes at any level of competition. If you are injured, we want to help you return to the game as quickly and as safely as possible, providing the sports medicine care you need when you need it to help you live life well with Wellia Health. Call 320-679-1313 to schedule for any location.
Back here at beautiful Cambridge-Isani High School for this softball game. Umpire is wiping off the plate here before we get our first at-bat of this bottom of the 2nd for the Blue Jackets. Up to the plate now is Mariah Wiltrout, who plays that first baseman position. She's up to bat here, trying to get the Blue Jackets on the board. And Maddie Walsh with her first pitch of the at-bat. That one's wide. Going to be outside for ball 1. Mariah Wiltrout, a sophomore. Walsh's 1-0 pitch is on the way. In there for strike 1. Count is 1-1 here for Wiltrout. Bottom of the 2nd with the Rails leading 4-0. And the 1-1 pitch is on the way. That one swung on and missed for strike 2. 1-2 now the count for Mariah Wiltrout. 1-2. And Maddie Walsh. Here's the windup and the pitch. High for ball 2. Good eye there from Mariah Wiltrout. Count now goes to 2-2. If anything, Wiltrout having a good long at-bat here, making Walsh think about it a little bit. And Walsh's 2-2 pitch is on the way. This one swung on and missed. And Wiltrout will be struck out here. She goes down swinging, though. Walsh gets another strikeout here, and now up to bat is Allison Murphy, the junior. Walsh's pitch is in there, and it's going to be called for strike 1. Murphy, a junior, playing that shortstop position. Maddie Walsh gets set up for the 0-1 pitch. It's on the way. That one's in there, too. 0-2 now the count. Batter Allison Murphy. It's a word of encouragement from her coach, head coach, Carrie Tome. Now the 0-2 pitch is winding up and on the way. It's outside. Good eye there from Allison Murphy. Draw the count now to 1-2. Walsh's 1-2 pitch is on the way. It's swung on and missed. And that'll be a strikeout there. Another one for Walsh. Murphy goes down swinging, and now it'll be Ellie Kuznia. Catcher who's done a terrific job here today for the Blue Jackets. Walsh's pitch is on the way. Oh, looked a little low from my angle, but the umpire calls it a strike. That'll be 0-1 now the count for Kuznia. Walsh taking command out there on the pitcher's mound today. Here's the 0-1 pitch. This one is swung on and missed from Kuznia. That puts her down in a hole now, 0-2. Walsh in full command out there right now as Kuznia with a 0-2 count. And here is the pitch. And Kuznia is going to go down looking. So a tough at-bat there for Kuznia. Walsh, again, with all control out there at the pitcher spot. And that'll be the end of the second inning. And the Rails lead 4-0 here in Cambridge-Isani. We'll take another commercial break. When we come back, we'll be set for the top of the third.
Kettle River Pizza is a proud supporter of sports teams and community organizations. Local groups and teams across the state have had amazing success with Kettle River Pizza fundraising. From sausage and pepperoni to chicken Alfredo or the hot Hawaiian, the cheesy deliciousness practically sells itself. Visit Kettle River Pizza fundraising on Facebook to schedule your next fundraiser. It's so easy to get started. Got a pizza craving now? Pick up a Kettle River Pizza at your local grocery store or convenience store today. That's great tasting pizza.
This is a story we all share, of a place rooted in tradition and rich with opportunity, of people driven by compassion and vision. At Essentia Health, we're proud to play our role in this story, because we know that this place, these people, are like nowhere else. Visit Essentia Health in Hinckley, Sandstone, or our new location in Moose Lake for all your care needs. Schedule an appointment at essentiahealth.org today.
Cambridge-Isani High School, the site for this softball game between the Blue Jackets and the Proctor Rails. Annette Johnson getting her arm warmed back up here to go out and start the top of the third inning. Blue Jackets trail 4-0. And her catcher, Ellie Kuznia, just went down looking. She's been doing a great job back there at the catcher spot, though. And now coming up to bat here for the Rails will be Maddie Walsh, the pitcher for the Rails. Walsh has done a great job so far this afternoon. Been in full control. Here's the pitch. That is swung on and hit deep to center field, about midway to center field, and it is caught. Nice play out there by the center fielder. That is Kate Malkowski. So nice play there from Malkowski. And that's the first out. So 1 out, none on, and Johnson's pitch here to the next batter is on its way. It's swung on and fouled back and to the left over the Proctor dugout. And that is Peyton Rodberg who fouled that one off. It's going to make the count 0-1. Here's Johnson's 0-1 pitch. That one is in there for a strike 2. So Johnson's ahead in the count now, 0-2. It's Peyton Rodberg looking to get the second out here. This one is high. So it's going to bring the count to 1-2 here for Peyton Rodberg for the Rails. Johnson pitches on the way. That one's in there, and she's going to be struck out. So the strikeout pitch there for Johnson will get Rodberg down looking. And that will bring it to 2 outs now for the Blue Jackets. They're looking to get out of this one. 1, 2, 3, and that pitch from Johnson is high for Presley Anala. Junior. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one as well is going to be high. So the count will sit at 2-0 now for Presley Anala. Johnson gets set up. Here's the windup in the pitch. Low. Count goes to 3-0 now for Anala. Johnson's had a pretty good inning so far here in the third. First 2 batters quickly went by, and now here's the pitch. That's going to be high. And the batter will advance to first. So we'll walk here for Johnson. We'll put the batter on with 2 outs. And now up to the plate is going to be Kenzie Gunderson, the senior for the Rails. Johnson's pitch is in there. It's hit down the third baseline, but it's going to go foul. So first pitch is fouled off there by Gunderson. Now the count will sit at 0-1 here for Johnson. Johnson will get set up. Here's the windup and the pitch. Down in the dirt for ball 1, and great block there again by the catcher, Kuznia. Great job of blocking, otherwise the runner, Anala, would have advanced to second, but great block. Doesn't let that happen, and here's the swing and a hit, and right back to Johnson, and she'll throw it to first for the out, and that will be the 3rd out here for the Rails at the top of the 3rd inning. Good inning there from Johnson on the mound. She almost gets him to go down 1, 2, 3. They'll leave one stranded due to the Rails. Rails still lead, though, 4-0 as we head into the bottom of the 3rd. We'll take a commercial break. When we come back, we'll be ready for that bottom of the 3rd here. You're listening to Softball on WCMP.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Visit Town & Country Insurance in Finliston, Hinckley, or Mora today at townandcountry-ins.com.
Is winter ending? Spring coming? Hopefully soon. But at Aquarius Home Services, we know your furnace has been working hard, and we know warm weather will come. That means it's the perfect time to tune up both your furnace and air conditioner. During March, you can have both done for just $49. Yep, both for just $49. At Aquarius, you'll get amazing professional service and no surprise upfront pricing. We're just a click away at AquariusHomeservices.com. Aquarius, earning the right to be recommended.
Blue Jackets trail 4-0 here as we reach the bottom of the third period, but they're up to the plate now. Here's the pitch from Walsh. That one's in the dirt, low. It's going to go for ball one. At the plate for the Blue Jackets is Chloe Nelson, Jr. Walsh's first pitch here for Nelson goes in the dirt. Pitch count is at 1-0, but Walsh's second pitch is on the way. That one's outside for ball two. Good job by Nelson there, watching these first two pitches go by, and she's ahead in the count now, 2-0. Walsh will wind up, and here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. That will be the first strike. Walsh with a nice pitch there. Come back and get a strike on the board. Count sits at 2-1 now for Chloe Nelson. Here's Walsh's pitch on the way. That one swung on and popped up towards the foul line, and it will go foul. It'll hit the fence and come straight down before anyone can get to it. So the count now at 2-2 for Chloe Nelson. Again, Maddie Walsh has been in control out there. They're going to clean off the softball here before Walsh will pitch this ball. In fact, we'll get a new ball. So Walsh will get a new ball here as we set up for the 2-2 pitch. It's on the way, swung on and fouled straight back. Count remains 2-2 here for Chloe Nelson, who is at the line for the Blue Jackets. Blue Jackets trail here in the bottom of the third, 4-0. Walsh's pitch is on the way. That one swung on and hit straight back yet again. Count remains 2-2. Walsh started out this at-bat at 0-2, but she's come back and done a nice job getting the pitch count now back to even. But Nelson trying to get on base here. Here's the windup and the pitch. Swung on and fouled right back once again. Nelson knows what's coming. Just fouled these last couple of pitches back. But if she gets solid contact on one of these, she'll definitely reach base. Maddie Walsh's 2-2 pitch is on the way. Swung on and grounded up the middle to the second baseman. She'll throw it on to first, and she will be out. Good at-bat there from Chloe Nelson. A good long at-bat. Sometimes that's just what you need to get into a pitcher's head a little bit. Now at the plate for the Blue Jackets is Annette Johnson, the pitcher. Walsh, wind up in the pitch, swung on and missed. Strike one. So none on, one out here for the Blue Jackets at the bottom of the second inning, third inning rather. So Walsh's 0-1 pitch is on the way, swung on and missed. And that'll be strike two. 0-2 the count here for Annette Johnson. Maddie Walsh, wind up, and the pitch. That one's swung on and fouled back. So Johnson stays alive here at this at-bat. Count remains 0-2. Maddie Walsh gets set up. Here's the windup and the pitch. Swung on and missed. And that will be the second out here. That'll bring us back to the top of the order for the Blue Jackets as Kate Malachowski will be up to bat. Maddie Walsh, wind up and the pitch. Outside. Ball one. Malachowski at her first at-bat, she got on base with a nice hit. Looking to do so again. This go around, the 1-0 pitch from Walsh is hit, and it is hit right to the first baseman. And she is just going to grab it, step on first base for the third out in this third inning. So a good couple of at-bats here for the Blue Jackets, trying to get themselves back into this one. Close at doing it, but Walsh is in full control out there at the pitcher spot for the Rails as they lead 4-0 after 3 innings. When we come back, we'll be set for the top of the fourth here. You're listening to Softball on WCMP.
M Health Fairview brings world-class care to North Branch. You'll have access to the latest groundbreaking research discoveries combined with convenient care close to home. In North Branch, their dedicated care team specializes in family medicine, diabetes education, and physical therapy. Most of the staff and providers from the Pine City Clinic are now available in North Branch. To schedule an appointment, call 1-855-FAIRVIEW or use MyChart. Urgent care is also available Monday through Friday from noon till 8 and 9 till 5 on the weekends.
Minnesota. It's home. Hot summers at the lake, beautiful falls, snowy winters, and rainy springs. We experience it all. Make sure you're ready to handle whatever this state throws at you with help from Minnesota Equipment in Isani. Minnesota Equipment carries brands you love, like John Deere, Steel, Toro, Gravely zero-turn mowers, and Aaron snowblowers. Their helpful staff can not only get you the equipment you need, but can help you maintain it so it will last. Plus, they carry a full line of farm equipment. Minnesota Equipment in Isani. Online at minnesotaequipment.com.
Back here, the top of the fourth inning is begun, and that pitch is swung on and hit right to the second baseman, and she'll throw it on to first to get the first out here at the top of the fourth. That was Anika Burke. First pitch swinging, and she gets out. Four to three out there. Johnson's first pitch here at the second at-bat is swung on and hit out to right field and grabbed there by the right fielder. That is Evelyn Wiltrout. She's out there, does a nice job of tracking that one down, getting it. So 2 swings of the bat equal 2 outs here. And the Blue Jackets in a good spot here to get out of this top of the fourth quickly. This pitch is swung on and hit right to the shortstop, and it's going to be a close play there at first, but they're going to get it. So 3 up, 3 down in 3 pitches there for Annette Johnson. So a quick inning there for Johnson, and that'll definitely help the Cambridge Isani Blue Jackets get some momentum here. We'll keep it here this time as we get set for the bottom of the fourth. A great pitching performance there from Annette Johnson. What a performance there. 3 pitches rather, and 3 outs, and great fielding job from her teammates. Of course, she had the first one go to the second baseman, a nice throw from her. Then the next one was a fly out to right. And a catch there from Wiltrout would get that one. And a hit to the shortstop on this last out, and a nice throw to first. And good extension from the first baseman to go out and get it. Makes it a 3 up, 3 down inning for the Blue Jackets. They trail 4-0. But after top of an inning like that on defense, you wonder if that doesn't shift momentum in a big way here for the Blue Jackets. Again, no spring sports from last year, so these teams have had an entire year off before playing spring sports again. And the other game you can watch and listen to on WCMPradio.com is Mora taking on St. Cloud Cathedral in their softball game. But in our game, it is Haley Martin at the plate. Maddie Walsh is wind up, and the pitch outside and high for ball 1. Count sits at 1-0. Maddie Walsh will set up. Here's the windup and the pitch. That one swung on and tipped back for a foul ball. Count sits at 1-1 now. Walsh has done a pretty good job out there pitching for the Rails. She gets sets up for this 1-1 pitch. It's on the way, swung on. Might have even been tipped into the glove of the catcher. It sounded like it might have been. The count now will sit at 1-2 for Haley Martin. She struck out the first time she was at the plate. And here's the 1-2 pitch. It is swung on and hit to the shortstop. She's going to mishandle it, and Martin will get on safely. So Haley Martin is on first with no outs here for the Blue Jackets. Well, that's a good start here for the Blue Jackets at the bottom of the fourth inning. Is now Kayla Anderson at the plate. Maddie Walsh's pitch is on the way. It is hit, nice hit, but it's going to go foul. Just a little bit late on that hit is Anderson. And if she was even early a little bit on that one would have sailed to left field, and I don't know if the left fielder would have got there in time. But here's the 0-1 pitch from Walsh. It's on the way. It's in there for strike 2. And the runner, Martin, thought about going, but instead she'll stay at first. 1 on, no outs here for the Blue Jackets as Kayla Anderson is at the plate here. Her count sits at 0-2. Here's Walsh's pitch on the way. It's going to be just outside for ball 1. Good eye there from Kayla Anderson, keeping her at bat alive. Martin on first here for the Blue Jackets. Anderson with the 1-2 count. Walsh winds up. Here's the pitch. That's swung on. It's going to be popped up in the infield. And the shortstop will call it off. And that'll be the first out here of the inning for the Rails. Anderson, nice at bat. Pops that one up though in the infield, and it'll be the first out. But now at the plate is Evelyn Wiltrout. Walsh's pitch is on the way. In there for strike 1. 1 out, 1 on here for the Blue Jackets. Bottom of the 4th inning. They trail 4-0. But Haley Martin is on base at that first base. Walsh's pitch is in there. Off-speed pitch. It's in there for strike 2. So Evelyn Wiltrout falls behind 0-2 now. Walsh looking to pay it off here. Wind up in the pitch. Swung on and missed. And, Martin tries to steal second after the strikeout, but she's going to be thrown out at second. So that is how we're going to end this 4th inning. Good start to the inning as Haley Martin got herself on base. Then a strikeout for Kayla Anderson and Evelyn Wiltrout. And then Martin tried to steal second, but she was thrown out. Nice play there at second by the Rails. So we'll head to the top of the 5th with the Rails leading 4-0. Bit of work to do here for the Blue Jackets, but a great outing from their pitcher last time out. See if they can't get that again here and grab momentum once again. Again, you're listening to Softball here on WCMP. We'll hear a word from our fine sponsors.
Are you interested in a technical degree that can quickly help you land your dream career? Or maybe you've always dreamed of going to a 4-year college, but you'd like to start close to home. Either way, Pine Technical and Community College has you covered. PTCC offers more than 50 degrees in hot fields like healthcare information technology, advanced manufacturing, and business. PTCC is now accepting applications. Financial aid may be available. Online at pine.edu. Starting out or starting over, find your future at Pine Technical and Community College.
If you've been injured in an auto accident or have sustained other personal injury, you don't have to leave town to get good representation. Spear and Swanson attorneys at law in Pine City are experienced and will work on your case with no fee until they get you money. They also handle divorce and custody cases, criminal defense, including DWI and other legal matters. Spear and Swanson is your local law firm that cares about you. So if you need legal representation or advice, call 320-629-7586. Spear and Swanson, attorneys at law in Pine City.
Ned Johnson's first pitch is on the way. It's going to be high for ball 1. One and 0 is the count now. The top of the 5th, and that ball a little outside as well. At the plate here for the Rails is Bailey Peterson. This one is hit and fouled back. Oh, and it hits a car. That is the danger of parking near the fields in baseball or softball, as you get one of those that foul back and it's in danger of hitting a car. Here's the pitch. It is in there for strike 2. Counts it's at 2-2 now for Johnson. Trying to get Peterson out here. This one's high for ball 3. Ned Johnson now with a full count against Bailey Peterson. Here's the windup and the pitch. Swung on! And I don't know if it was ticked or missed. It looked like it might have been ticked off the bat. Either way, it was caught by the catcher. And that will be the first out. Here's the windup and the pitch for the second at-bat for J.C. Lind. Rather, her third, the second batter. Wind up, and the pitch is swung on and hit. This one is hit out to center field. It's short center field, but it is caught. Nice job there on getting that one caught by Kate Malkowski. And that'll be the second out now at the top of this 5th inning. And up to bat will be Maddie Walsh, the pitcher here for the Rails. 2 up, 2 down here for the Blue Jackets, trying to get out of this top of the 5th. That pitch is in there for strike 1. Nat Johnson, as of late, has found her rhythm out there. She's done a great job pitching here these last couple of innings. Looking to continue that here, and the swing and a miss there from Maddie Walsh. Nat Johnson now ahead in the count, 0-2. Looking to get out of this inning quickly. Here's the windup, and the pitch hit, and it's a little dribbler up to the pitcher's mound, but the first baseman goes and gets it. Second baseman will come to first, and that will be it for the top of the 5th inning. So they go 3 up, 3 down, do the Rails, and the Jackets still trail by 4 as we head into the bottom of the 5th inning. Wind picking up a little bit more as we go along in this game. The temperature about the same as we started. It says it has dropped a degree. It sits at 54 degrees, at least on my phone. I know my phone has been inaccurate at times, so I don't know how trustworthy that is. Rain, for the most part, is gone. There are still a few sprinkles here and there. But these athletes out there do not care much, as they're worried about this game. Again, it could be worse. We could not have games, as a lot of times in Minnesota for the spring season, we still have snow on the ground. I know there have been years where they haven't even been able to start till middle of May, because that's when the snow has finally melted in the fields and have finally thawed. But this year we're fortunate. The snow has gone a bit earlier than normal for Minnesota. And of course we have made some advances in the COVID world that we live in, and we are able to come out here and have a spring sports season, and I couldn't be more excited. But now we are set for the bottom of the 5th. Here's the first pitch by Maddie Walsh. It is outside for ball 1. Mariah Wiltrout is at the plate. Her first at-bat was a strikeout. So line up in the pitch. This one is hit, and it's going to go foul. Count will go to 1-1 now. Again, Mariah Wiltrout at the plate. Nice swing there. Just a bit late on it. Get a new ball in for Walsh. Now Walsh will get set for the 1-1 pitch. Line up, and it's on the way, and that one is going to be fouled off as well over the Proctor dugout. Count moves to 1-2 here for Mariah Wiltrout. Looks like we're going to clean off the ball here. Might be a bit of sand or even clay on it, depending on how soft it is. Well, the 1-2 pitch is on the way. It is tipped foul. Wiltrout will stay alive there at the plate. Mariah Wiltrout, her count sits at 1-2. These past couple at-bats, the Blue Jackets have seemingly had Walsh's number. They've been able to kind of get in her head a little bit. They've had a couple of batters who have had a long at-bat or have hit some deep balls, as that last pitch is outside for ball 2, 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch. It is swung on and missed by Mariah Wiltrout. That is her second strikeout of the game. And that is the first out here of the bottom of the fifth. For the Rails, now up to bat is Allison Murphy. Here's the first pitch in there for strike one. Murphy down on the count now, 0-1. She also struck out her first time up to the plate. Maddie Walsh with the 0-1 pitch on the way, low and in the dirt for ball one. Bottom of the fifth here, Rails lead 4-0 over the Blue Jackets. And Allison Murphy at the plate with a 1-1 count. Line up in the pitch, low for ball two. 2-1 now the count here for Allison Murphy. Maddie Walsh has had a really good game pitching so far and looking to continue that, but the Blue Jackets, as I mentioned, kind of had her number. Here's the 2-1 pitch rather, and that'll make it 2-2 now, as it was swung on and missed by Allison Murphy. Walsh with the windup and the 2-2 pitch on the way, outside for ball three. 3-2 full count here for Allison Murphy. Again, one out in the bottom of the fifth here for the Blue Jackets. 1 out, none on. Allison Murphy with a full count right now, 3-2. And here's the full count pitch. It's on the way. It is fouled. Murphy got contact on that one, but we'll foul it off, and she'll stay alive at the plate, and count will remain 3-2. Maddie Walsh getting set here. And the 3-2 pitch is on the way. Oh, and they're going to call it a strike. And Murphy will go down looking. And Walsh will get another strikeout here in this game. So 2 down. None on here for the Blue Jackets as Ellie Kuznia is up to bat. Oh, that pitch looked a little low, but the ump calls it strike one. So Kuznia down 0-1 in the count now with 2 outs. Here's a windup in the pitch from Maddie Walsh, and that one is swung on and hit foul though. Count will sit at 0-2 now for Kuznia. She has done a great job back there for the Blue Jackets this afternoon, playing that catcher position. And Walsh with the 0-2 pitch. Oh, good eye there from Kuznia. She got the shoulders moving, but the bat did not leave her shoulders. She checked her swing. So 1-2 now the count. Walsh looking to get out of this inning with this pitch right here. Inside for ball 2. 2-2 the count. Kuznia with a 2-2 count, and Walsh. Her pitch is on the way outside for ball 3. 3-2. So Kuznia has done a good job working this to a full count now. Maddie Walsh, here's the windup and the pitch. Swung on and missed it. Goes back to the backstop. Well, I think they're going to say she at least got a piece of it. So she will remain at the plate. Yeah, she must have got a piece of it because she is at the plate. So 3-2. Here's the windup and the pitch from Walsh. Swung on and missed. And that will be a strikeout there for Kuznia. And that will end the 5th inning here with the Rails leading 4-0. As we head to the 6th inning, Blue Jackets need a bit of a rally here. These past couple innings have turned into somewhat of a pitcher's duel. as Maddie Walsh has done a great job, but Blue Jackets have kind of had her number past couple of innings, and Annette Johnson, she's done a great job as well. She has really found her rhythm these past, 2.5 innings. A couple of strikeouts and a couple of balls in a great spot to get some grounders for her teammates to gather in, get for some quick outs. And that is really what has helped the Blue Jackets keep the Rails from scoring since that second inning. So they've done a great job here so far. Again, there's those first 4 points on the board came in the first 2 innings for the Rails. They had a 3-run second inning, which helped them to that 4-0 score. But right now, Blue Jackets have really found something of a rhythm, not to overuse the term, there at that pitcher spot with Annette Johnson. As we get set up here for the top of the 6th. Wind has picked up a little bit here in this one as the afternoon is turned into the evening. Sitting at about 5:40 p.m. now. Clouds have certainly darkened a tad. Hopefully they don't open up with rain. We're so close to the ending of this one. Again, we are sitting at the top of the 6th. Rails leading 4-0. Here's the windup, and the pitch is swung on, and that's going to be fouled, and that's in danger of hitting another car. And fortunately, I think it misses, but it swung on and hit there. By Peyton Rodberg. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one's high. Great job again by Kuznia, the catcher, to bring it down. Pitch count now sits at 1-1. And Annette Johnson wastes no time. This one is fouled off as well, and right in between 2 cars, it does kind of pinball off of them after it bounces once on the ground. And now it is 1-2 for Peyton Rodberg. That ball is swung on and missed. And Rodberg will be out on strikes. Good pitch there from Johnson, a rising pitch a little bit. Got Rodberg to swing and miss for the first out of the top of the 6th. Presley Anala up to bat. Ooh, that one rides a little too high, and it's ball 1. Anala Jr. Johnson. That one's in there for a strike. Johnson now with the count at 1-1. Presley Anala. Here's the windup in the pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Now the count sits at 1-2 here. And Johnson trying to get a second strikeout in a row here. Windup in the pitch is on the way. It's hit up the middle, and it's going to find the way between the shortstop and the second baseman. It will roll out to center field. Malachowski, but she does a good job getting it in quickly. So down 1-2 in the count, and Anala finds her way on base with 1 out. And Kenzie Gunderson at the plate here for the Rails. Line up in the pitch, swung on and hit, and it will be hit foul. Count will sit at 0-1. Foul came right at me as I'm set up on the third base line, of course behind the fence for my safety. Gunderson with an 0-1 count. Wind up in the pitch from Johnson is in the dirt. It will roll behind Kuznia, and the runner Nala thought about going to third, but she will stop at second. But she will now of course, advance herself. It's Gunderson with a 1-1 count. That ball is swung on and fouled once again. Right towards me. Count will now be at 1-2. Rain has started to fall once again here in this game. So we're going to get a ball change here for the pitcher, Annette Johnson. So 1 on, 1 out here for the Blue Jackets. And the windup in the pitch from Annette Johnson. That one's high for ball 2. Counts it's at 2-2 now, as Gunderson is at the plate here for the Rails. Johnson with the pitch is there. It's going to be just a little high. We'll bring it to a full count. Full count for Gunderson and Annette Johnson with the windup in the pitch. It's in there for strike 3. She will get her second strikeout of the inning. 2 out, 1 on still for the Rails. And now up to the plate is Burke, and that pitch is a little outside. Again, good job from Kuznia. Get a hold of it and not allow the runner to advance from second to third. Annette Johnson with the windup in the pitch. That one's in there for strike 1. Count sits now at 1-1. Burke, the freshman, at the plate, and she hits this one deep to outfield, deep to right field, but it is caught on that right field position. A beautiful catch, beautiful job at tracking it down by Evelyn Wiltrout, and she will get the third and final out of the top of the 6th inning here for the Blue Jackets. Another good pitching performance there from Annette Johnson, and she will hold the Rails from scoring there, and it looked like they were in scoring position and in a good spot to get some points on the board. But after the first batter was struck out, the second one got on base, and after a wild pitch, she got to second, almost advanced to third, but then again, just a great performance from Annette Johnson to work her way back and get the last 2 outs here, as now we head to the bottom of the 6th. Blue Jackets still have some work to do here as they trail 4-0. But again, the defensive part of the game for the Blue Jackets has really come alive after that second inning when they allowed 3 runs. They have held the Rails scoreless after that second inning. Maddie Walsh back out there for the Rails here at the bottom of the second inning. So we get set. Ump will wipe off home plate. So we get set for the at-bat. Now at the plate is Chloe Nelson. Wind up in the pitch from Walsh. It's low for ball 1. One ball, no strikes here for Chloe Nelson. As Maddie Walsh gets set up for the windup in the pitch. Outside for ball 2. 2-0 now the count. Nelson, she had a decent at-bat the last time, a longer at-bat. Looking to do the same thing here. Up 2-0 in the count, and Walsh's pitch is on the way. Swung on and missed for strike 1. Count now moves to 2-1. Maddie Walsh with the 2-1 pitch on the way. Swung on, and that's going to be fouled back. That's in danger of hitting a car. Chloe Nelson again, another good at-bat here. 4 pitches into this at-bat. Counts it's at 2-2. For Chloe Nelson. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Walsh. Swung on and missed. And Nelson will strike out here Next at bat will be the pitcher, Annette Johnson. She struck out her first time around. There's a windup in the pitch is in there for strike one. So 0-1 is the count for Annette Johnson. Walsh with the windup and the pitch in there for strike two. Annette Johnson now down in the count, 0-2. Wind up in the pitch. This one is hit and swung on. Swung on and hit rather, and that is right to the right fielder for the second out. First spring game of the season. I'm a bit rusty. Of course, I last year wasn't able to do a spring game because there was none, so it's my first full spring season doing any games. And we're going to get the ball washed off here for Maddie Walsh. We go to the top of the order here for the Blue Jackets. It's Kate Malakowski who will be at the plate. She's their leadoff batter today. But with 2 outs and none on, looking to get something going here. That first pitch is in there for ball one. Rain's starting to pick up a little bit more here. We reach the bottom of the 6th inning. Walsh's pitch is on the way. That one is swung on and missed for strike one. 1-1 now the count. Malakowski with the 1-1 pitch. It's in there for strike two. One and two now the count here for Kate Malakowski. And Walsh trying to get out of this inning. 3 up, 3 down. Here's the pitch. It's swung on and hit. Oh, it hits. I think it hit the pitcher's foot, and it goes back to the shortstop who does get it and throw her out at first. So a play that could have gone very badly. There's the pitch was swung on and hit right back towards Walsh, and it looked like it hit her foot. And kind of in a almost freak play, it went off her foot right to the shortstop, and then she was able to throw the runner out at first. So the Blue Jackets go 3 up and 3 down there in that inning. And now we head to the 7th inning here at Cambridge Isani High School, where the Blue Jackets trail 4-0. Four to nothing here. Blue Jackets trail as the rain starts to get a little bit heavier. Clouds starting to get a bit darker as we move forward in this game. 7th inning here between the Blue Jackets and Rails, with the Rails leading 4-0. Here we go, getting set for the first at-bat of the top of the 7th inning for the Rails. That pitch is swung on and hit, and it's going to go past the shortstop right to the center fielder, Malakowski. She'll get it in, but the runner will reach first, and that's Abby Hansen. First pitch swinging out there for the Rails, and it works because she gets on base. Looking to build on their lead. They lead 4-0 over the Blue Jackets. That ball is in there for strike one. Sophie Parendo now at the plate here for the Blue Jackets. That ball is hit, and it's going to be foul, though, down the third baseline for Parendo. That will now move the count here to 0-2. No outs, 1 on here for the Rails. Abby Hansen got on base with a nice hit. And this ball is hit down the third baseline again by the left-handed Sophie Parendo. So 2 in a row that she's hit down that third baseline. This count sits at 0-2. As Annette Johnson being set. Here's the windup and the pitch. Swung on, hit towards the pitcher. She caught it. She gets it back to first base. Is it in time? No. Yes. Yes, it is. Okay. The runner just took a moment to get back to the dugout, but a nice catch there from Annette Johnson. The ball went right back to her. She caught it and then threw it right to first. Great awareness there at realizing that and got the double play. So a 1-3 double play. Wind up in the pitch. Strike. Is at the plate now for the Rails. It's Bailey Peterson. So the Blue Jackets, they were in a bit of danger there in the beginning of this inning, but now in a good spot. This one is hit deep to right field. But out there is Will Trout for the out. Beautiful job there by Will Trout to track that one down and get it for the third out. And we head now to the bottom of the 7th inning. My roster sheet's just about a little too wet here, as they're getting quite drenched with all this rain. But the rain again has been off and on so far for this game, but as of late has turned itself up a little bit. As we head to the bottom of the 7th, again the Rails lead 4-0 over the Blue Jackets. But Annette Johnson has had quite the pitching performance here after they allowed 3 runs in that 2nd inning. This, not only Annette Johnson, but the defense in general here for the Blue Jackets has been outstanding since that point in the game. But the Rails do lead 4-0. They've had a great pitching performance from their pitcher as well, Maddie Walsh. 2 very good pitchers out here today. Proctor gets warmed up out there, and looks like we're set to go here as getting the final throws in. At the plate here for the Cambridge Isani Blue Jackets will be Haley Martin. Haley Martin, we're going to get things going here for the Blue Jackets. They trail 4-0. Walsh's pitch is on the way. Outside for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch from Walsh is on the way. Swung on and missed by Martin. That'll bring the count now to 1-1. Is on the way. Low for ball 2. Haley Martin brings the count now to 2-1. Wind up and the pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Count now sits at 2-2. For Haley Martin, and Walsh's pitch is on the way. Ooh, just high and outside. It's going to be ball 3. That makes it full count now for Haley Martin, one of the 5 seniors on this Blue Jacket squad. Walsh's 3-2 pitch is on the way. Swung on and missed. So Martin will strike out here. Well, that is her second strikeout of the evening, is Haley Martin. Now it's Kayla Anderson at the plate. The windup in the pitch from Walsh is swung on, and that one's fouled straight back into the parking lot. Count will sit at 0-1 for Kayla Anderson. With one out, Eddie Walsh's pitch is on the way. Outside for ball one. 1-1 for Walsh as Anderson. It's set at the plate, and the pitch is on the way. Swung on and hit. It's going to be hit right to the first baseman, and she'll just step on that base, and that'll be the second out now as it comes down to Evelyn Wiltrout. Try and get things going here for the Blue Jackets. Here's the windup in the pitch from Walsh. Swung on and missed by Wiltrout. Trying to make a big play here for the Blue Jackets and get her team on the board. Here's Walsh's pitch. It's on the way. Swung on and missed. 0-2 now. Wiltrout counts it's at 0-2 for her, and Walsh looking to pay it off with this pitch here. Pitch is on the way. Swung on. Ooh, and just nicked foul. Wiltrout fighting to stay alive out there at the box. Counts it's at 0-2 here for Evelyn Wiltrout. Walsh. 0-2 pitches on the way. Low for ball one. Makes it a 1-2 count now for Evelyn Wiltrout. She stays alive up there at the plate. Evelyn Wiltrout. 1-2. Here is the pitch from Walsh. That swung on and missed for the third out here. Bottom of the seventh. And that will be it here from Cambridge I-Sani. As Proctor does get the victory in this contest, 4-0 over the Cambridge I-Sani Blue Jackets. So it was a really good performance there. In the first two innings from Proctor, they had the bats rolling there. They got things going early. They had their first batter get on base, and then she would eventually score. Then after that, they got into the second inning, and they scored 3 more times before Cambridge I-Sani put a stop to it. And since then, Cambridge I-Sani held them scoreless, but just another, they ran into another great pitcher on the other side, and Maddie Walsh. Looking at my score sheet here, she had 12 strikeouts in this game, did Maddie Walsh. A good performance from her. But again, Annette Johnson, she had another good performance here for the Blue Jackets. She had a couple of strikeouts in that game, and as I mentioned, after that second inning, really got things going in her direction. Started to turn things around, and it looked like momentum had shifted the Blue Jackets' way. And got to give credit again to the catcher out there for the Blue Jackets. She did a great job as well. That was Kuznia, Ellie Kuznia. She did a good job for the Blue Jackets as well. She was stopping everything, every wild pitch. She did a great job at guarding against everything. But again, just another, honestly, it was a pitcher's duel from that second inning throughout the rest of the game. But unfortunately, Proctor was able to get 4 runs on the board there in the first 2 innings. and that helped them to get this victory 4-0 over the Cambridge Isani Blue Jackets here. So the Blue Jackets 0-1 on the season, but a long season ahead of them, and this team very promising. They've got a good pitcher, they've got a good catcher, some good defensive players out there. Just got to get those bats swinging, and once they do, man, they hit a couple of them today, and it looked like they were going to get on base, but again, just some good defense again by the Proctor Rails as well. So Proctor moves to 1-0. Cambridge Isani falls to 0-1, but they'll have plenty more games, and we'll be out here plenty more for the Blue Jackets to cover their season. Stay tuned for that. Of course, you can also go listen and watch the baseball game, or excuse me, the softball game between St. Cloud Cathedral and Mora. Andy Beckstrom on the call out at that one. We'll have another game for you tomorrow, and many more to come here for this spring sports season, so stay tuned to WCMP. But again, in our game, Cambridge Isani falls to the Proctor Rails 4-0 in this game. I want to thank all of our fine sponsors for sponsoring this game. Be sure to thank them personally as well, because without them, we would not be able to come out here and broadcast this game. Again, one more time, Cambridge Isani falls to the Proctor Rails 4-0 in their first game of the season. I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great rest of